as I was telling Miss Wooster, there's a bee parasite that's spreading into our part of California. So I'm worried about one of our captive hives having this parasite. As a separate issue, you may be able to see out the window a lot of bees flying around. Those are just a swarm of bees looking for a place to live, and when they look for a place to live, they always find where other bees are living, like the 2 hives that we have down in the greenhouse.
Why don't you invite them in?
It's hard to invite them in. These bees outside cannot share the home of my hive. They can't share the ones that we already have occupied.
Oh, really?
But if these start to cluster somewhere, I will trap them.
How do you do that?
And then move them into a hive later.
Like
grab them, put them in a bucket, put a lid on it.
All right.
Use a box. Okay. Please do not be scared. Bees mean you no harm. Okay. So I'm sorry we're losing time. I have to demo something, and now we're in a really big hurry. It's not your fault. I'm apparently beat all of a sudden. So salinization wrecks the soil. We got to measure how much salt is required to affect the success of these seeds. These are mung beans. You'll get them tomorrow. We know that 3.5 is too salty. That's ocean salinity. So it's got to be somewhere between 0 and 3.5. I will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Petri dishes, a bunch of this, some lab stuff, and some paper towels that you'll cut into circles to resemble dirt. Please look up. 3 sheets below and 1 above, 4 layers of paper towels. That'll make your dirt so that you can sprout the seeds. Now, the question is, how much fresh water, how much salt water to get the right target solution? I will discuss 2 separate types of numbers, concentrations, which are measured as a percentage, and volumes, which are measured as milliliters. There's this really handy formula, and it's really easy to use because all of your starting concentration is 5%. The saltwater solution I give you, the stock solution, is 5%. It's also easy because your final volume will always be 10 milliliters. That's how much it takes to soak your paper towels. Everybody with me so far on the starting concentration and the final volume? Working in a group of 3, you will pick whatever concentrations you like. For example, just for the sake of conversation, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, and 2.5. Those are just numbers that I'm making up. You can pick different numbers. And I'll give you a hint, you might want to pick different numbers. So, if I want to end up with 1.5%, and I know I'm going to want 10 mils of that, and I know I'm starting with 5%, how much do we need of that stuff? Using that number, I need 3 milliliters of salt water plus how much fresh water to get my final volume to be 10 mils. So, to mix my 1.5, I would use 3 mils salt water plus 7 mils fresh water, and that'll give me 10 mils of 1.5% solution. There's an even easier way to make your plans. You'll notice that 10 divided by 5 is 2, right? So whatever my target solution is, I just multiply it by 2, and that's how much salt water I use. Does that make sense? So if you want to make 2% salt water, you use 4 mil of salt plus the remainder is fresh. Can I help anybody? I know that some of you are immune to math. And so I'd love to offer any support that I can. If not, I can give you only 5 minutes to do the following. Listen carefully, please. Find yourself a group of 3. Remember that we have 1, 2, 3 missing people. So one of your groups should include Tara. One of your groups should include, who sits here? Ryan Morey. And one of your groups should include, who sits there? Siri Hernandez. So make sure that you've accounted for them in your groups. With 38 students in the class, we can have 12 groups of 3 and a single group of 2. After you have your group, please look up. You'll need to pick your target percentages. And then for homework, each one of you has to make your own personal procedure. Everybody wants to depend on their one smart friend to do the lab, but if your one smart friend isn't here tomorrow, you might have to be ready without them. So everybody, get into groups, pick your solutions, and get ready to go with your procedures for tomorrow. You have 5 minutes.